What's up, everybody? We are live, and you're watching another episode of Brawlin' Babes with Brittany. And today I've got an incredible guest with me, Miss Veronika, the Russian bomb. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, though. I apologize.
It's actually Veronika, the Russian bomb, Dmitriyeva.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I apologize. Excuse my shitty American accent. But you have a very beautiful name. It's an honor to talk to you. Tell me a little bit about you. I don't know a whole lot. I did a little bit of research, on the internet, but the internet never tells the full truth. So tell me about you. Where are you from? What's your record? Why are you in combat sports?
Well, I was born and raised in Russia, and long story short, the government basically took me from my family and sold me to America, and I wanted to get into fighting sports because it was an opportunity to travel the world so I could find my family again. And also, when I was younger, being from Russia, the American kids always picked on me and bullied me, so I had to learn how to fight. And I was just really good at it, so I decided that when I was younger, I told a friend of mine that when I get older, I want to beat people up for a living. So I didn't know anything about any MMA or boxing or any of that stuff. I didn't know that was real until I started it a couple years ago. And I'm actually doing my pro boxing debut on December 2nd, 2022. And I just had my pro bare knuckle boxing debut September 10th, 2022. And yeah, before that, I was just doing amateur MMA.
Right. And I think I saw on Tapology, your amateur MMA record is pretty significant. You were on a winning side of that, so congratulations. You don't plan to do MMA again though? You want to stick with striking?
I actually also have 4 championships, regional championships in the amateurs.
Wow, that's incredible. In what divisions and what states? And tell me more about that.
125 pounds. One of them is, actually don't know divisions and all that other stuff about it, but one was from Virginia, then Nebraska, and 2 from Montana.
Right on. Right on. That's incredible. Where all have you lived? I mean, did you just travel to these places and compete, or were you living there already?
No, we drive everywhere.
That's awesome.
From Sheridan, Wyoming, we drive everywhere to get
Yeah.
to fights.
That's incredible. So how did you like bare knuckle? I did watch that fight, and I know that, it didn't go your way and kind of ended probably more abruptly than you anticipated. But how did you like that? Did you like the feel of no gloves on you?
Oh, I love bare knuckle boxing. It was a blast.
Yeah? You'll do it again?
Oh, definitely. I don't like MMA as much or boxing too much, but boxing is going to help me with my bare knuckle boxing. And I like the fact that you really want to be in there to fight. That's why I like bare knuckle boxing. Boxing, you can say you want to be a fighter, you go in there and you walk around the ring until somebody is brave enough to come forward, and then the fight starts, and that's the whole fight. It's boring. It's a pain in the butt. And so Bare knuckle, you just like, you ready to fight? Yep, and then you go. It's fun.
Yeah,
And
good.
I got caught on my last fight because of a bad habit of dropping my hands sometimes when I'm like, hey, I did it. And I've been really working on that, so I'm not going to be making that mistake again because I was definitely winning that fight before I got punched in the eyeball.
Yeah, definitely. Did that punch break anything? Did you have to? Okay, good, good. That's what I was concerned because that I did watch it. Jenny is a tough girl, and she has a lot more bare knuckle experience than you. So it was kind of shocking to me that they would put a debuter with somebody like with her record. You would think debuters against debuters or like 0-1ers or something like that, but it is what it is. It was I
Well,
enjoyed
I didn't have
watching
a
it.
problem. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
She
good. I
and her.
love bare knuckle.
Oh, my coach wants me to add that several other girls had been asked to fight her, and they kept refusing it. So it took her 9 months to get a fight, and I wanted a pro debut, so they gave me the opportunity. I didn't care what her record was. I just did it because you got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. I love that. Whether you are, making a debut or, have a record like Tyson, it doesn't matter. You got to start somewhere. So I love that. And yeah, I did hear from multiple sources that Jenny has had a hard time finding people who would fight her because she is so tough and she's very small. She's harder to hit, it seems like, because she's just so petite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's awesome. So you're gonna make your boxing professional debut this Friday for
Yes.
Airtight Boxing in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Outlaw Saloon. Um, how has training been for this camp? And what do you know about your opponent?
I know my opponent's from Denver, and I know that Denver and Wyoming, they like to fight a lot, so we'll see. Um, but as far as for training for this fight, there's been a lot of crying, a lot of anger and hatred towards my coach, but a lot of progress.
Good,
I'm
good.
really impressed with myself how fast I've learned everything.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that because, if you're not hating your coach a little bit, they're just not doing their job right in my mind. You know what I mean? And I'm not an athlete, but they've got to push you to the point of tears, puke, hatred for
Oh
you to
yeah,
really appreciate and grow.
yeah, he does that to me every day. We actually have sparring right after this interview here.
Oh, right on. That's awesome. So tell me about your coach and the gym that you train out of.
Well, the gym is actually we're co-owners of it. He's the head coach. It's called Slap Happy MMA. But since we're changing to mostly boxing and bare knuckle, we're gonna be changing our name, and I think we're gonna go with fisticuffs. I think we're gonna go with fisticuffs bare knuckle boxing or fisticuffs boxing.
Fisticuffs boxing. I like
Fisticuffs.
that. Yeah, fisticuffs boxing. I like that. That's awesome. That's cool. Well, hey, listen, we all have to rebrand at some point or another, I love that. How long have you been with this coach?
9 years.
Training under him? 9 years?
Yeah, on and off. Oh well, we've been training for 9 years, but not straight because I've had many injuries. I've had so many injuries. My entire fight record has only been 4 years of fighting and training.
Right.
So,
What kind of injuries have you sustained over your career?
I had to have a hysterectomy. Um, I had a lemon-sized tumor in it and endometriosis, and so they finally, after several years of fighting with all of it, they finally were like, "Okay, well, we guess we'll help you." I'm a
Right
veteran,
on.
so they're very stubborn at helping veterans around here.
Absolutely, they are. I agree that the whole United States government and the way that they um, support and or lack of support the veterans of our country, it needs a whole reform. It needs a whole makeover. So I agree. I had a hysterectomy in 2017. I also had
On
endometriosis. Yeah, that was the best
2007.
decision ever, right? I hate that organ. It's the like if you're not gonna have babies, just take it out. Just take it out, pay the
Yeah.
money, get it removed because it sucks. That organ is the worst.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So that doesn't necessarily affect you as far as like any weight cuts or water retention because you're not having to plan fights around a cycle or anything like that. So that's awesome. I love that. I've actually, you've got a watcher here, Courtney Cameron, in the comments. She fought bare knuckle for the BKFC here in Denver back in October. She got fight of the night. I've been telling her the same thing. I'm like, girl, just remove the whole organ. If you're not gonna use it anymore, remove it. But anyway, no, that's awesome. I'm excited to meet you in public. Not in public, but in person. I will be announcing the fights on Friday night in Cheyenne, so I'm excited to meet you in person. I'm excited to watch your fight, watch and see, how you've grown and, the different technical skills that you've gained since September. You fought since September, since your bare knuckle fight?
No,
Okay.
we've been struggling to get fights. Like, not that bad. I mean, we were just making a choice between another bare knuckle or boxing, and we went with boxing. So we had somebody we were gonna fight, and then something with the paperwork or something was wrong, and it got canceled. So this is gonna be my first one since then.
Okay, right on. I'm
I'm
excited
okay
for
with
it.
the extra time.
Absolutely. Yeah, the more boxing skills and technical skills that you can learn before your next bare knuckle bout, the better off you'll be anyway. You know what I mean? And I again told Courtney the same thing. Her and I are close friends. You know, you can train all you want with some of the best striking coaches in the world, but really getting those old school classic boxing skills and techniques and footwork down is really going to be beneficial in bare knuckle boxing. Yes, you can clinch more in bare knuckle than you can in standard boxing, obviously, which is where I really feel like the Muay Thai guys and gals fit into bare knuckle best. You can come from MMA all you want, but those Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu guys that can really like squeeze and clinch you up and get that close range work in for bare knuckle is beneficial. But yeah, I'm just excited to watch fights. Be there live, watch two of my favorites. I watched your bare knuckle bout. I tried to find some of your other MMA bouts online, but I couldn't yet. So I'm excited to watch you fight live and in person. I
Oh,
have watched your opponent a couple of times, and she's a tough gal. She's tough. You better come swinging hard. It took her, I think it was her first, maybe second fight that I ever announced for Molly. She dislocated her shoulder, I believe, with a shoulder punch, and that's how she lost that fight. Just TKO'd it. But she's a tough gal, man. She's tough. She's changed gyms. She's working really, really hard, as I'm sure you are too. So I'm excited. I feel like the female fighters always make the show. Like you can have a great main event, you can have a great co-main event, you can have all the titles you want on the line on that card, but it's always the females that get the crowd loud, that make the night in my mind. And I'm just sitting back watching and listening, but the crowd is always louder for the girls, and I love that.
yeah, it's because girls have to learn how to use technique. We can't just be strong and throw each other around. It doesn't work. I've tried it. And yeah, you actually have to use technique to fight another girl.
Yep. Yep. And
So,
And like with technique, you know, women bring a whole different mental game to combat sports. You know, they're a little bit more not just technical, but they plan their next move a little bit more. They're a little bit more meticulous in their strategy, you know, going in and being in it all together. So that's exciting. So tell me some more about you. How long have you been in Wyoming? And what do you want to do after this boxing bout?
I've been here most of my life.
Okay.
My father was a miner, like coal mining, gold mining, copper. He just moved to Alaska to be in the gold mine. Um, anyways, we traveled around, but we mainly lived in Sheridan, Wyoming.
Right
So
on.
pretty much here. And in Sheridan, you kind of learn that if you want to get anywhere in life, you have to leave. And I just want to prove to everybody that just because you're from a small town, you don't have to leave. You can still make it big.
I
And
agree.
that's what I'm doing. I'm from Sheridan, Wyoming. Most people are like, what state is Wyoming in? Wyoming is a state.
Wow.
So,
Doesn't that tell you a lot about our educational systems here? Good grief.
I,
That's something right there for sure. Man, I'm excited, Veronica. I'm sorry, I
oh,
keep mispronouncing it. Tell me again. Tell me again.
Veronika.
Veronika. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna write it the way I can pronounce it. That way I don't screw it up. Veronika. That's a beautiful name. I love that. Veronika. I wanted to name my daughter with a V name, but she ended up with an M. Right on. So what else can you tell me about you? I mean, you're ready for your pro boxing debut. You're wanting to go back to bare knuckle, obviously. Done with MMA. Is that because you don't like grappling and jujitsu and that kind of stuff?
No, I love the wrestling and jiu-jitsu. MMA was so much fun, but every single fight I ever won and had, I actually had like 20 fights, but you can't find most of them because you have to like pay for them or something like that. And some of them weren't sanctioned yet because this was back when everything was just starting with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, MMA, it's kind of like boxing for me, where you come in the center and you start like, you guys ready? Okay, get to your corners. And then you're just like, crap, who's going to come in first? How am I going to come in? And I'm always been the smaller fighter, always, no matter what weight class I'd go into. And I just got to a point where I would just have to just charge right in and get punched in the face until I got right in there and then slam them to the ground and submit them or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not the fact of like how hard it was to get in. It's mostly I don't like having to train that hard for somebody to be too scared to approach you in the cage. If they're working just as hard, then why don't you prove it? Show it. We're here to do a job. You know, you don't just dink around in the cage and get like, okay, yeah, I'm a fighter because I was in the cage for a couple minutes.
Right.
You need to show people that you can fight. And so boxing, we're gonna see how I like it because, like I said, this is my pro debut, and
Mm-hmm.
bare knuckle was the first time I'd ever done it or seen it or anything. Same thing with MMA.
Wow.
So I enjoyed it because you start, the ref just tells you guys ready, and you're like, yeah, and he's like, go, and we fight right
Right.
then and there. It's
Yep.
exciting, so much fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, I that's what I love about bare knuckle too is there's very little hesitation to be the one to throw the first punch, you know? And I feel like with bare knuckle you have to be a little bit more precise with your striking too so you don't injure yourself. You know, obviously those back of the head blows are going to be more likely to break your hand versus the soft spots on the face. So, You're going to have to be a lot more precise with those strikes in bare knuckle. You have less, room to guard yourself as well because you don't have the big gloves to block your face, right? So yeah, that's a huge reason why I love bare knuckle. I mean, I have a love for violence too, controlled, calculated,
Mm-hmm.
sanctioned and very, again, controlled violence. I don't condone
You really
street
like legal,
fights.
you like legal fighting, legal violence. You like
Yeah,
that's how
love that.
I like
Love it.
legal violence.
Yes, I do. I
But
love that.
the main reason I switched and like these ones better is because I don't get injured every freaking fight anymore. I'm not getting hurt constantly. Um, and I had one fight where I went to throw my opponent, and my ankle flipped over and touched the mat, so I panicked and brought it back up, but I did it too fast, so it flipped the other direction, and then I ended up falling. Tried to stand again and flipped it again, and ended up tearing every single thing in my ankle except for the Achilles, and that took a while to heal. So after it healed, we went right back into fighting. Then I like dislocated my shoulder from throwing a girl because the way we landed on the mat, my arm didn't slide out from under us, so my shoulder went out my back. um there's
Ouch.
been like an arm bar I didn't tap from, so I was gonna let the girl break it so I could smack her with it, that,
Oh,
but my coach is out there tap, and I'm like, no, I'm paying for that injury still.
oh, I
That was just,
bet.
yeah.
I
So
bet. I bet that hurts.
these ones aren't, and like from all my kicks and everything, there was one fight I had where the girl threw knees, split my lip open. And I just kept my mouth closed and was trying to suck the blood in so that way they wouldn't stop the fight. And then she was kicking me in the shin so hard that by the time the fight was done, I'd beat her, and I won the championship. But it took me a month for my legs to go back down to normal color, normal size, and not be black anymore and swollen. I couldn't walk for the entire month.
Oh my gosh. Ouch. Yeah, MMA is a lot more brutal in that sense. Courtney Cameron is loving your energy right now. Is that a fight that you would, I think well, I know you fought at 125, right?
Me, I fought 115, 125, 135, and I think that's the highest.
135 is the highest you'd fight?
That was the highest I ever fought, but I only did that once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, because going from when you
We,
said you fought at 125, and then I know Jenny Savage is tiny. I mean, she barely makes 115.
yeah,
So,
we're
yeah.
gonna stick to 15 for my fights now, but um the only reason we did 135 was they couldn't find a single girl to fight me at 115 or 125, so they went up a weight class, which was interesting because I had to stand on the scale and chug water and stand on the scale, chug some more water to try to make weight because I was too light. And every fighter in there was like, I hate you so much. I'm like, I know, this is every fighter's dream, chugging water weigh-ins.
Yeah, absolutely it is. A lot of these guys are, starving themselves for 2 days and dehydrating, and here you are like, go, 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 go. What's your walking
Yeah.
weight at then?
I think like 126.
Oh, okay.
So
Right on.
yeah, I've been staying pretty close to weight now. I mean, I've had so many fights and fight opportunities that are falling through. Also, I've cut weight in every way possible, and I've kind of learned in the several years that just be smart, stay close to weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
just struggle keeping the weight the same rather than struggle to get the weight off,
Yes.
because then you're gonna appreciate your life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you and Molly are fighting at about 115, right? I think that's about her size too.
Gonna a catch weight of 120, I think.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Cool. I know this will be Molly's pro boxing debut too. She had a couple of Amis, a couple of pro-ams. So that's exciting. You guys are both going to be making your pro debuts this Friday. Um, do you have? I mean, I know it's not easy to obtain, but do you have any sponsors that you work with to help you pay for camp and gym fees or anything?
Um, no, don't have a single one, and we can't seem to get anybody. We've tried for years, but because of where we live, there's nobody's willing to help out. They're all for themselves, kind of. But at the same time, these businesses are owned by individuals, so you can't ask too much of them because, I mean, I understand. I own a business too up here, and we're not very successful either, but we still have it.
Right. What kind of
So
business
we're
do you
working
own?
on others. But if I was like doing ranching or in the rodeo, maybe I could get a cowboy hat or some boots to walk out in. But
Right? That
I
would be cool.
don't really do anything for this kind of sport.
Yeah, that's understandable, especially in the smaller towns for sure. Um, cool, man. It's been an honor learning about you, uh, learning how to properly pronounce your name alone. Like the way it's spelled, it definitely looks like Veronica, but Viria Nika. Correct? No, I'm still screwing it up. I suck. Don't hate me. I love you. I'll get it right before fight night. I swear, I'll get it right before fight night.
Well, that's why you have almost a week to get it right.
Exactly. It's only Tuesday. I got till Friday to get it right. Veronika.
Yeah, there you go.
Veronika.
Yeah, just say it. Don't try to say it.
Right.
That's when you
Don't
screw
think
it
about it. Just say
up.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, right on. I won't keep you too much longer. If there's anybody, friends, family, coaches, training partners that you want to shout out and give big thanks up to, um, now's your time. If there's anything else you want to share with the world, you've got the floor.
Um. Well, I hope this interview was better than my other ones. They're normally like a one answer. Yeah, no, apparently. So hopefully you guys interview a little better. And um, all of my skills, absolutely all of my fighting skills and the way I am towards people and everything else like that, how I am as an adult now, it's all mainly thanks to Paul Valdez, my coach. Um, he's the one that's been here the entire time and the only one that, whether he kicked me out, I'd come back the next day, he'd still train me. And he's the only one that gave me the time of day and really thought I could be something when all the other coaches ever tried were like, you're never going to amount to anything. You can't be taught anything. Go away. So he deserves all of the respect and all of my skills are from him. So yeah.
Shout out to Paul Valdez. Right on. It always, it always blows my mind when I hear an athlete of any sport. Any sport. Doesn't have to be boxing or combat sport, any sport. If you're a coach, you should never degrade your athlete. Like, let them know, obviously, that there's room to grow, but to tell somebody that they can't do something that they're trying to do, it just blows my mind. You should not be a coach. You should not be coaching if you're not, because you're obviously not doing your job right. You know what I mean? So that blows my mind that there's coaches out there like that in the world, and I'm sorry you had to experience those kinds of people because they fucking suck. Plain and simple, those kinds of
That's,
coaches suck.
it's okay. I didn't experience those coaches. I wouldn't appreciate the one I have now. I would have never known what I
Absolutely.
actually have. And we've gone through over 100 students already. And people quit because they don't like a girl beating them up, or they don't like um, how hard it is, or something like we're too mean because we yelled at them to go harder or something, and then they quit. Really?
Right.
So people don't realize what kind of coach they actually have because nobody's given him the time of day. And I'm the only person that ever has. It hasn't been easy for either of us, that's for sure. But
It shouldn't be.
yeah, but that's why we're both going. He's my professional coach. I'm not leaving him because why would I get rid of the one person that got me to where I am?
Right.
That's the
Right.
dumbest thing I've ever said. Is yeah, thank you for all your skills and all your hard work. Goodbye. I'm getting somebody else that doesn't know me, doesn't know how to fight or anything, and hopefully they can make me better. It's like, really? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge advocate and supporter of cross training, you
Oh,
know?
we do that a lot.
Yeah, perfect. Cuz that, cuz there is skills that somebody else might be able to teach you that this person didn't, or and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, I love
Yeah,
when athletes can cross train and be able to, work with other coaches and work with other individuals, because that's how you're going to grow ultimately. You know what I mean? You might learn bad habits from one and then break them with another. So, I love that you cross train and that you get your work in. I love that you found a new coach that, has seen your potential, has seen your heart and your drive, and is ready to get you where you want to be in combat sports. So I'm excited for you all the way around. I'm just excited to announce your fight. And I swear to God, I won't say your name wrong, okay? I swear. If I do, your drinks are on me. Or your meal is on me, or whatever it might be. But I won't say your name wrong.
Veronika
You're
Dmitriyeva. Veronika Dmitriyeva. So I can
oh,
have a meal, please.
I'll work on it. I swear. I'm gonna need you to send me a voice recording of the last name part, though.
Okay. I did want to mention that um, I did not mean that I will never work with another coach. I meant that I'm not getting rid of him. He is the head coach of my life, my career, and it's going to stay that way. He is the first person to admit if he doesn't know something. And he's never been ashamed of it or anything, which that's why I have so much respect for him because he will find me somebody that can explain it to me, somebody that can teach me, and he takes me places. We've trained at 303 and Factory X, and I want to say Grudge House.
Yeah, down here in Denver.
There's been a couple other places we've trained. We've worked with House of Pain.
House of Pain. Yep.
Um, so who? Who? Oh, Rob Franco is one of our good friends.
Oh yeah, shout out Red Rob Franco. He's a good guy,
Oh, Red
man. He's a good guy.
Rob.
He's my unofficial official photographer for pre-fight photos. Pre-fight night photos. He's always up there taking my shot in the ring. So no, he's a
Awesome.
good guy, man. That's
But
awesome. Well, right on. If there's anything else you want to shout out, go for it. Otherwise, we can wrap it up and I'll let you guys go get to sparring. I know we've been chatting a little over half an hour now, and I can't thank you enough for all the time you've shared. Seriously, it's the one thing in this world we will never get back. So the fact that you're sharing yours with me, I'm super duper honored. I really am.
I also want to thank Steve Macis because he promised us he would get a fight, and he did. He came through like he said he would. So I appreciate it. Um, and like I said, a huge shout out to my coach, Paul
Yep.
Valdez, Steve Macis for giving me the fight, and Rob what
Franco.
Franco,
Yeah.
Rob Franco.
Hot Rod
Um,
Rob Franco.
yeah, and I want to tell my family that's been here in America thank you for your support. And then I want to tell my family in Russia that I look forward to seeing you guys again. Я люблю тебя.
Beautiful.
All right, that's it. I gotta go.
All right. Well, again, it's been an honor. I appreciate you, and I'll see you Friday.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye. All right, you guys. So that was Veronika. I'm probably still screwing this up. I really need to get it down before Friday. But she's fantastic, man. She's got an extensive amateur MMA career. She's looking to go into boxing and make a name for herself in bare knuckle. That's where her heart is. So tune in on Friday. I will try to go live before the fights, maybe for a fight or two, maybe just the girls' fight. I haven't cleared any of this with the promoter, Steve Mestis, yet. But tune in on Friday because I will have a couple of different chats with a couple of the girls that are going to be fighting on that card. Probably a pre-recorded type interview that I'll release Saturday, but I might go live Friday as long as I get the green light from the boss. So anyways, that's going to be it for me for now. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. I'm going to talk to Bridget Chase. She's fantastic. She is a kick-ass girl. So in about 15 minutes, come right back. Go do what you got to do. Till then, I got to thank my team, though, Dave Trujillo and the All Angles Boxing and Combat Sports channel. Thank you so much for this platform and this avenue. Den City Plumbing and Construction, if you're in the Denver metro area and you need help with a home remodel or you need a plumber, they are open 24/7. They are bilingual as well, and they've been in the industry 12 plus years. So they're very reliable, very trustable, and do quality work. So give them a call at 970-467-5258 if you need help with any of that. Also, HKAUSA.com. They have all the right gear to dominate your lifestyle. They've got headgear, gloves, mitts, shin pads, anything you need to level up your combat sports game. Nick Sampson can help you out. He can also help you customize your fight night walkout outfit. So hit him up. That's Nick Sampson. He's at HKAUSA.com. I've also got the DonnieBrookCo.com. That's a bare knuckle memorabilia website, the Donnybrook. He's got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, long sleeves. You can get fight posters, everything. And I'm pretty sure he's got a huge Christmas holiday sale going on right now. That's the Donnybrook. Look at this shirt. Oh my God, I love it. Born for this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this was my birthday present from my wonderful sponsor, Michael, the Donnybrook. And then last but not least, my homie Mario at the Southern Pit. That is a Memphis-style barbecue food truck here in the Denver metro area, available for large or small catering. Give him a call at 720-838-5848. I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes with Bridget. Bye.